Hello guys, welcome back to Shankar's channel. This video is all about the continuation of what we did in our last video. So let me quickly recap what we have done in the last video. We provisioned an instance, we uh, set up Jenkins, we installed Jenkins on EC2 Linux machine, and if whosoever missed it, you can again go through it and then come back to this video, because this is, like I said, this is the continuation of what we have already done. So today I'll cover how you can set up Jenkins agent connectivity with Jenkins master. So this is the best practice we always recommend when we work in enterprise environment, that hey, if you like to execute your jobs through Jenkins, always uh, prefer to have agent machine, because in agent machine, while working while doing some development kind of work, you might need to install several packages, different things, uh, and if you do it directly on master, it may have impact on other team members or the product owners that are using who or whosoever are using the same Jenkins console or master server, right? So it is better to have agent machine for a dedicated team. So so considering that scenario or an idea, I have come here and set up EC2 master and the EC2 agent machine on AWS. However, I haven't configured the connectivity between these two. How you can do that? You can simply launch the machine either on the same VPC or same security group, or if it is VPC same but you don't have the same security group, then you can always do the port whitelisting on security groups, um, where your source would be master and the destination would be your Jenkins agent machine, right? So 22 between these two have should be opened. Uh, so since I have used just for the testing or demo purpose, I have used the same security group. So have already logged into the instance. It's right here. Let me show you. This is a master machine, and this is agent machine, and I already have Jenkins page set up, and now we like to um, connect our agent node. How you can do that? I'll cover this, and followed by how you can grant user permissions to log into Jenkins console. I'll cover that small topic in this demo session only. So let's have a quick look what is required. Like I said, why in a in my previous video, that in order to have Jenkins enabled and set up, you should have some prerequisites in place. So we will not do each and everything that we have done in the master server last time, because that was for Jenkins setup to just bring this page up on the browser. This time we will do some connectivity steps between these two. So apart from what I have recommended on AWS, like security groups, port opening, you just come here in the agent machine. Oh, it's timed out. Let me restart the session. So in the agent machine, let's first clear it out. What all we need to do is we need to have even in agent we should have what do we say it Java. This you should have that in place. So I'll say Java sudo Amazon. Since I have used a Linux machine here, it's not Ubuntu. Maybe I have used Ubuntu in my last master server, but that's not big deal. You can open up Jenkins. You can install Jenkins on either of the machines, even on Windows as well. And so I'm considering this Linux machine for now. So I have done sudo Amazon Linux install Java OpenJDK. I'll install which version. I'll go ahead with 11 hyphen y. Hyphen y is like automatic. Yes, I'll say, oh, just a moment. It says sudo. I mean, did I miss something? Java Open JDK 11. Oh, I missed this. So this is something naming convention. It should not be hyphen here. Start installing Java. It won't take longer. Should be it should come up quickly. All right. We now have Java as a prerequisite already installed. Now I'll create one user, say Jenkins, sudo user at Jenkins. Okay. I'll say I'll set up the password for Jenkins. Sudo password. Sorry, Jenkins. Asking me for the password. I'll check the random one. Oops. A moment. I'll do it again. All right. So password is updated successfully. Now I'll go ahead and do one another thing with sudo. What I'll do here is the reason I come up here because I want Jenkins user to behave as same as your root user behaves. Like it should be able to execute everything. So what I'll do, I'll copy this line like this. I'll say I've copied it. Now I'll come here in the end and say I and hit enter. Now I'll copy it like this and user I'll add Jenkins, right? I'll save it like this. Escape colon WQ and then exclamation mark. Okay, so it's saved. Now I'll jump onto my user sudo su hyphen Jenkins. Now I'm into Jenkins user. Now what I'll do next is I'll go ahead and do uh, I'll go ahead and enable the password authentication because I'll show you the reason why we are doing it, right? So I'll say sudo. Oh, I'm sorry, VIEDCSHSH. Oh, it's for config. It's asking me for the password. I think it is enabled, but let me check. If not, then we'll enable it. It says password authentication is no. I'll say yes. Yes, and then I'll do save it like this. And I'll once restart the service. Set service like this. So system ctl, and then restart as a d dot service. Okay. I've restarted it. Now what I'll do is next I'll go ahead and provide permissions because I have to perform some steps that requires Jenkins user to have permissions in here. So how you can do that? Sudo chon hyphen. This is I'm just changing the ownership. So change ownership is like chon. Okay, And then I'll say it for my user Jenkins, home Jenkins and dot as such. We don't have the directory here, so if I do ls, I don't find anything. So I'll first create the directory like this, sudo mkdir, and then I'll go ahead and do dot sh, and I'll go into dot sh like this. I'll again create another uh, directory called. Let's first see if I have anything in here. Nothing. Now I'll create another one, mkdir authorized keys. This is very important to have it, right? I think I missed. They put I there, mkdir authorized keys. Hit enter. All right. Now I'll come back to previous one and hit uh, the choun command using up arrow key and say this. Okay. I have given the ownership to .sh now, and just for my sake, what I'll do, I'll give chmod using chmod. I'll give read permissions to this path, Jenkins .sh and authorized keys. Right now, if I hit enter, it's changed. Now, what I'll do again is I'll go ahead and restart the sh service using the same command. Started. Now I'll go back to master server here. It's disconnected. Let me restart the session, and I'll go ahead and go into Jenkins user here as well, because we already have Jenkins installed, so there must be a Jenkins user here too. Uh, 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 just a moment. Okay, let's see password. Okay, what I'll do here is sudo vi etc uh, password. I'll come up here and say bash. I'll save it. Now I do this again. I'm into Jenkins user now, because it was not set to you know to have this executed somewhere. So I, instead of having false in the end, I just put bash, so that whenever I go into Jenkins, I should have like uh, command where I can run. I am into Jenkins for sure. Let me see what do we have. See, we already have Jenkins things here, but we may not have Jenkins, uh, you know, direct SSH directory within Jenkins, which we need. So I'll create here as well. So Jenkins, uh, it should not ask for the password. Let me see. Let's hit without sudo. Okay, it's created. mkdir. Now I'll do. I'll go into SSH directory. This is what we are doing in the master server. So what do we have? We have nothing. So what we'll do is we'll generate one key and copy this key to the slave machine. So how will we do that? We'll create one key here in our SSH folder. It's asking that it should be saved here. We'll say yes, yes. And that is it. So now we'll do ls. It will have id rsa.pub. So either you can do id cat id rsa.pub. Sorry. let's say dot pub, and copy this content and paste it in the authorized keys here. Else, you can also do that. SSH hyphen copy ID, SSH hyphen copy ID. I'm sorry. Jenkins at the rate slave IP. So what slave IP we have? We have agent IP here, this one, and we'll copy this. Let's see what it says. Are you sure? Yes. So it it's asking for the password now, which we set on our agent machine. Authorized key is a directory. Oh, we mistakenly created it as a directory. It should not be as a directory. So we'll go ahead and do this. Search ls. We'll remove this one first. Let's try to run it again. It's added. So it should not be directory. It should be authorized keys file where you have the public key injected here. So now if I go ahead and do ls, I already have authorized keys. Although we removed it, but it got added with this command. Now if I go ahead and do cat authorized keys, it will show you exactly the same uh, public key right here. Okay, that's the one we already added. This is the one I was showing you, right? Okay, so now what is left here? We'll go ahead and do cd again, and we'll again go back to this command. Just a moment. This command, and we'll again disable the password authentication because we just said yes to copy the ID because it should ask password when you copy this. The Jenkins agent password, which we set when we create the user on the agent machine. So since now it's created, it's copied successfully. We'll go ahead and disable it again. Okay. Now we'll go here on the agent machine. On the agent machine, we'll say uh, dashboard, manage Jenkins, and then go come here, manage nodes and clouds. So this is the built-in node, the master node. We already have it here. Now we'll create another node that's called agent Linux. Permanent agent. Create it. Agent description. Uh, execute jobs using this agent. Number of executors should be the vCPU that you have already uh, vCPU based on the instance type. So if it is T2 micro, based on T2 micro, you can specify number of vCPU here, but I am not specifying anything other than one because I just need to show you how you can just enable it. So when it comes to a next video where I will show you how to create pipelines, a sample pipeline, and how to do this stuff using Jenkins file and then pipeline stuff. There I'll show you number of executors if you run some parallel jobs, so that there it would help. I'll say home Jenkins label. Label is very important not for now, but for when we will create the pipeline, it is very important there. So agent Linux, I'll say. Now I'll go ahead and do this using sh. Host would be our agent IP. This one in enterprise it should be private, no public stuff there. I assume, right? So there would be only private IPs you will be using everywhere. So it has nothing in here, but we'll add one credential like this. Here we'll say let's add with private key ID is agent Linux. Username is Jenkins. Enter directly. So this is asking for PEM file, right? But we haven't copied PEM file. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and on the master server and say ls. So the ID RSA content of ID RSA is your PEM file. I hope you are aware of it. If no, you can watch the video that I created for this in the past. Cat ID RSA. So this is something is very useful, right? And I'll copy this here. Sorry, here. Add. Copy this and say add without passphrase. We haven't set any passphrase. Jenkins. I'll say keep it online as much as possible. Non host verification strategy. Why did I use this? Because I have a known host here. I'm sorry. I'm not in SH. Let's go into SH. Oh, I'm not in master. Just a moment. In master, if I do ls, so if I do known hosts, cat known host will show the content. Add. It should be cat, not car. If you have seen that, this is the agent IP and the key we have here, right, in another format. So this is something that you should this verifies that it is connected to the slave and it is authorized to have the connection in place. So I'll say yes and then do the refresh status. It's kind of launching and it disconnected. If you see this, it shows from 0 byte to 6.9 byte in sync. Now since you are connected to agent Linux machine, you should be able to do anything in here. For an example, I'll show you, let's say, mm, pipeline, let's say freestyle project demo. Or else, what I'll do is I'll not do this for now. Uh, I'll cover this in my next topic because I'll have to anyhow cover the pipeline stuff there. I'll use this node, how to configure job to run or execute via this node. So this is what I have done for Linux machine. In my next video, I'll cover how you can connect the Windows machine to the master Jenkins master. And after that, I'll show you how you can create SSH. I'm sorry, how you can create pipelines using integration with Git. That's very interesting. So stay tuned and thank you so much for watching this video.